Shake your feet, stomp your feet. This ain't passive, this is real. This is how transformation feels.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to
Hey.
Sit Podcast 1. I'm so excited today. Sabrina, shout out to you. She's across the country.
Yes, of course, of course.
So we got to get
in
used
flight,
to that.
yes.
we got to get used to that. She got stuff to do.
Yes.
So she's going to miss you guys because she can't wait to come back. But
But we're here, but we're
yes,
here, though.
Yes, we
we're
have
here,
Terry
yeah.
here.
That's right.
Terry, and
I
we have Natasha.
Michelle here,
and
Natasha.
Michelle, the Golden Link. And we also have Kyle. Kyle Little, he's running for Congress. So
Hey,
we're going to, yay, hey, Kyle. So we're going to really get into everything. I had a few announcements to make.
Okay.
One, we had a wonderful event.
Yeah, I remember you
on
telling me about that.
Sunday.
Yes, yes.
I know, Tasha, you wasn't able to make it. We had our wealth building strategies. I'm so excited. Everyone was pumped up. Shout out to Kara, I keep calling her Kara.
Okay.
Kara, Lisa, Rodney, and Sabrina. They were our presenters.
Yes,
and
yes,
it was
yes.
so good that we're going to do it again in September.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
so we're going to have a clip for you guys next week, so you check it out so you can
Okay.
see all about
I
it.
saw some of the pictures. It looked like it was very exciting.
Yes, it was very
exciting time.
exciting. I'm so excited. So, because unfortunately, a lot of people just don't know what's available.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly.
what we're going to do. We're building this community to bring information available. We're going to be working on our Sit Podcast 1 website very soon. So this way we'll
that's
have
great.
all the
That's great.
resources in one area because we find this one know this one know that. So we want to put it all
Yeah,
together.
bring everything together,
Bring
right?
everything together.
Yes.
So that is easy to find. So that was that for that. We also have an announcement. The winner. We got a winner.
Oh,
Yay.
okay. Who's
For
the
prom.
winner?
For our prom. I'm not sure if you remember, Terry. Do you remember the prom sponsors? That
No, I
we were gonna
remember.
do?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
yes.
remember that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
again, Sabrina's very passionate about the prom, which most people are. It's
Well,
an exciting
the
time.
young ladies deserve that.
Yes.
They deserve that.
So we gave out 50 dresses last year and to some well-deserving ladies, which was very fun, exciting.
Yes,
and so
yes.
this time we have one special winner that we're gonna give everything. It's like the whole experience.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Isn't
That'd be
that
right.
nice?
Very nice.
Yeah, so let's give a round of applause for Crystal Calloway. She is our winner. And we're going to see if we can get Crystal, and we have some sponsors to
that's
help
nice.
us with
That's so
this.
nice.
She's going to get her outfit.
Mhm.
I hear she wants to wear a suit, so that's
Okay,
fine.
no,
Whatever
that's-
she
that's
wants.
good with it.
Right,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
makes her happy.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful.
she's gonna have a suit on. We're gonna get her hair and her makeup done and her nails
That's
and her
great.
pedicure.
That's great.
She's gonna have a driver.
Oh, man, wow. That's
yeah,
nice.
she's getting the whole experience.
Yes, yes.
Shoes, accessories, so
Yeah,
everything.
taking care of our young women. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. So I'm so excited for our winner, our first prom experience winner.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so
That's
we
great.
would like to do that. We like to give back to the community, to share, what we have to others, because it's about lifting people up.
Yeah, and see, with something like that, see, she'll probably pay it forward to another young lady.
Exactly. That's what we want to do. We want to pay it forward.
That's
Maybe
beautiful.
she could pay it forward to me. Because I need some makeup. I'm just joking.
No, but
actually, the show.
you're gonna have a glam team pretty
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, right,
I see that in the works.
Yeah, right. The show needs a glam team. How about that? So they can follow us all around,
Yeah,
including
right.
you, Terry.
Hey,
Shake
why
you up
not?
a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
no, yeah, we
why-
can do
hey,
that.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Trim the
have
beard,
Tasha and our guests, right? We can have our guests all down.
Have everybody looking fly, right?
Yes. So that's in the works. Because right now we in Jersey and it's hot.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
all the makeup is now gone. Just a little bit of lip gloss.
Oh,
so
my
bear
goodness.
with me because it was really hot.
Yeah, just
Look, I
a
even got
natural
my little-
glow. That's
yes,
what it
I
is.
even got. I get, I'm a woman of a certain age, so I got to pull out the
You got the
fans
fan, right?
and everything. Yeah, it's too much. It's too hot. But I love
You're glowing, and that's
Thank,
a beautiful
aw,
thing.
thank you,
Yes,
Terry.
yes,
All right. Well, let's just say I'm glowing then. No makeup, so I just glow. But that's good. And there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Tasha, was there one more thing that we needed to talk about?
We're going to be off next week, so we
Oh,
want to make
okay.
sure
There
everybody
was
know we're not
something
going to be
serious.
on
That's
for
important.
Memorial
Yeah.
Day,
Okay.
and we want everyone to be safe
Okay.
and have a happy, blessed Memorial Day with their family members and friends.
Wow,
And we'll be
thank you.
resuming back Monday, June 1st, Sabrina will still be out. Sabrina come back on June 8th.
Yes.
So I think we just want to make sure everybody
Yes.
know that we're going to be
And
barbecuing next week.
Good. And today is a serious show because we want
Yes.
everybody to vote. So we're going to be getting serious. And then on June 1st, we're going to have a fun show.
Okay.
We're going to do the music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you
We're
know?
gonna have. It's gonna be
We're not
music
going to play
galore.
no music because we get paid for that. We need a bigger budget.
We deal with the poetry of soul. We're gonna deal with the lyrics
Right.
and how they touched our hearts.
And exactly. And because a lot of music goes with the times that we're in.
That's right.
So we're
That's
going
right.
to travel the times
Yes.
of the political arena
Yes.
and how that shapes
The
us.
music, yes,
Yeah, the music. I'm so excited.
It is
But you do that on
exciting.
your show,
Yeah, I do.
Terry.
Yeah, we call it a segment called "Music as Lit," where we look at music as literature, and we actually read the lyrics, and we talk about the lyrics, and we talk about the context of those lyrics.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited.
So I'm excited. So it's
about
going to
it.
be fun. Tasha's excited too, right, Tasha?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love music. I love music.
I
Music
love
calms the
music.
savage beat.
The whole change
Any
of the
kind of
music.
Yeah, so that's going to be a real fun show. So, Terry, if you don't have anything else, we're going to get right into it.
All right, let's
Kyle.
get right into it.
Get
Let's
right into it?
Yes.
All
yes,
right,
yes,
let's
yes.
welcome our guest.
Let's bring our guest
Kyle
in.
Little. He's running for, let's see, U.S. House Representatives, the New Jersey's 12th District.
Yes,
A
yes, yes.
fighter against fascism.
Yes.
He's going to be supporting health and wellness, growing the middle class, supporting small businesses, protecting women's reproductive rights, racial equality and equity, improving New Jersey education system, advocate for LGBTQIA rights, advanced Social Security and Medicaid. I hope I pronounced everything correctly.
Yes, yes.
And let's give Kyle a round of applause, and then he can talk more about himself.
Yes,
okay, let's
yes.
do that.
So my brother Kyle Little, Kyle, I got to go right to you. Okay, my biggest push. I met you early in this particular journey.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, you were on Ruby Shira's show, and I had the privilege of interviewing you when you first started. And so, brother, my first question for you: how's it going?
It's going. It's going. It's been a long process, as you know.
I know. Yes.
But I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm in it for the fight, and I'm running for the right things, and that's what's keeping me in the fight. You know.
Right, I love
That's good. That's good.
I'm still. There's been a lot of changes since I last saw you, because when I saw you last, as you know, I was running against an incumbent.
Yes.
I was running against Bonnie Watson Coleman. She since then has decided to retire and not seek re-election.
Oh, okay.
So now there is 11 other opponents.
Okay.
Oh, am I not closer? Okay. There's 11 other opponents,
Wow.
including the mayor right here in Plainfield.
So you got a lot of competition.
Man,
that's what
hey,
you're trying to say.
It's a
the,
lot
the
of
field is
competition.
crowded now.
It's
It's
Very crowded.
Yeah.
Very
And
crowded.
Kyla, you were on our show. I believe it was season 1, right?
Yeah,
Sit
yeah.
Podcast 1. You
Yes,
when you
yeah.
first
If it-
initially got started.
Yeah. When it was last year.
Last year,
Yeah,
yeah.
last
So
year,
you
yeah.
came on, so you're a friend to the show.
Yeah,
So welcome
absolutely.
back, and I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy that you're still out here doing what you're doing, because we need someone like you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Thank
why don't you tell the audience again, whoever maybe didn't see it last season, an update on a little bit about yourself, your background, and then get to the juicy part that Terry wants to know.
Yeah, please.
Why are you running?
That's right.
Other than all
And,
these
and,
wonderful
and,
things
and,
that
and is
I
it still
listed on
good
your
to you?
thing.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. We're gonna be singing up
Yeah,
there.
all day. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear
So-
it, Kyle. The people want to know.
So I'm Kyle Little, and I'm 37 years old. Actually, last year when I came here, I was 36. So I have had a birthday since. But I'm 37 years old. I'm a small business owner. I'm the owner of Isolation Fitness. And I have a storefront location, 2 storefront locations currently, but I am condensing my business into 1 storefront location, which is the first one that I opened up in Metuchen in 2016. So I will give, I guess, a round of applause, because I will be celebrating 10 years
Oh,
Wow.
good for you.
with a
Of
storefront
your
location.
fitness
I'm
business.
a fitness business, yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Let's get back to Kyle. So all about Kyle.
Yeah, and I'm also an adjunct professor at King University. So, of course, quality education is very important
Yes,
to me. And I'm just in it for the well-being of the people in New Jersey's 12th congressional district.
Oh, that's great.
So
That's great.
And you know what? Terry is also was a professor at King. Right?
Yeah, I was. Yes.
So you guys
So,
have something in common.
absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
And again, that was a beautiful experience for me. But as you will know, you're in a position to influence young people. Okay, and I know right now for many people, the political is becoming personal.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
It's no longer abstract. And my question to you is, how do you educate people about their political, I say, responsibility? I'm talking about voting. I'm talking about being aware of what's going on, because the ignorance is no excuse.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I always tell people, don't. I even tell my students when I'm in class, don't vote just for a Democrat or don't just vote for a Republican. Vote your interests. Who are the people who are going to align best with you?
Yes.
So like when I'm advocating for myself, I'm saying like I'm someone who wants student loan debt relief.
Okay.
That's
You
what
know,
we're supposed to be
That's
working
beautiful.
on.
Yeah, like, so
that's
student
beautiful.
loan debt
Kyle
relief.
and I are supposed to be
you know.
working on
That's
legislation for that,
beautiful, yeah.
being presented
That's beautiful.
to get Mickey Howard involved in it.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Mickey Howard. I'm
Mike-
thinking about music.
Mickey
Sherrill.
Sherrill.
Lord forgive me.
Well,
Okay, music is in my head.
you
Mickey
lost the
Sherrill,
music.
Yeah,
New
Mikey
Jersey.
Lost the
Yeah,
music.
Mickey Sherrill, New Jersey. We
Yeah.
got to get with her, Kyle. We'll make that meeting. Remember, we're
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
get with her
absolutely,
About that.
absolutely. So student loan debt relief, free child care. Listen, these conservatives always want to force people to have kids, right? So if a parent has a kid, they should be able to have somebody watch their kids while they could go to work. Or go back to school if they wanted to.
That's right.
So all of these progressive policies, that's what I want to implement, and that's what I really want. Policies that are actually going to help people.
That's right.
So again, I tell people, don't just vote, but vote for a candidate who aligns with you. Who is really going to benefit you. And I also try to educate people. This is the prime time to vote.
Oh.
All right. We have the primary elections in the state of New Jersey,
it's coming up.
June
It's coming
2nd.
up. Yeah, yes.
So 2 weeks from now, 15 days to be exact,
Yes.
are the primary elections. So I know y'all was talking about having fun on June 1st, but
Well,
remember,
we gotta remind people to vote.
Remind people to
And it's
vote.
on-
Yeah, yeah.
and wait a minute.
Oh, yes, we will. Yes, we
all
will.
the
They'll be listening,
songs
too, yeah.
is going to have to do with
Some political
politics.
content.
oh, I love that.
Yes, because
I love
basically
that.
everything
Yes.
that we do involves politics. So we need
Everything.
we're breaking the chains here on SIT Podcast
No,
1.
you're right.
And we need to get rid of that thing about no talking religion and politics.
Oh,
'cause
my
that's
God.
out the door.
Yes.
Because we're not
Yes.
doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
that's-
we talked
and-
about it a lot on season 1.
Yeah,
That's why you
Oh,
were
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about
That's
because
why
we
you were
wanted
there.
everybody to get ready for the primary. Don't sleep on the primary.
Don't sleep on the primary.
Yeah, because back in the day, and when I say back in the day, not too far back in the day, people just voted on the presidential election.
Right, they
But
wait.
we
Yeah.
know now, because the government is not funding the programs that they used to fund, they're pushing it to the states. So the states got to be ready to, I don't know if they can fill the gap, but we're going to be relying more and more on local politics.
Right, and
Yeah,
that's the most
yeah.
important thing is your zip code, where you live.
Oh, yeah.
That has
Yeah.
everything to do with everything.
Yeah.
And right now in New Jersey, again, Kyle said June 2nd. So wherever you are,
Yes,
do your
please,
research.
please,
There's plenty of
please do that.
resources on social media now. Hopefully we get these civics classes
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the school system. I would like to do that when you're talking about education.
Yeah,
Bring
absolutely.
that back to civics, because we need to be part of the solution,
We
not
have
keep
to,
talking
we
about the
have to.
problem.
No,
And
no,
that's
no.
how Kyle is being part of the solution by running. Like, I'm not going to be running for nothing. But these young folk, like Kyle and things like that, they need to get involved and run. Now, Tasha, how about you join us? Because I know
please.
you're patient.
Yes, Kyle, I would love for you to talk to the audience about the depth of the importance of the primary, especially given that you guys got a crowded slate. You got 11
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the field is crowded.
Yeah.
And what will be the impact that why they need to come out and vote?
And this is again, I had mentioned this is the prime time to come out and vote, because you will hear people say, oh, well, we only have two choices. I can only vote Democrat or only vote Republican. The primary is the prime time where you pick the best Democrat or the
Exactly.
best Republican.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah, that's a good. Point.
So,
That's a good point.
right now we have a crowded field, and even though I'm running against 11 other Democrats, we got to make sure that we pick a strong Democrat. Now, I am saying I'm the best one. I'm not going
That goes without saying. I mean,
Let
it goes without saying, right?
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Don't apologize apologize.
No,
for
don't
that.
Oh, I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing. It's the truth. It's the truth of the matter, you know. And as you guys know, I'm probably the most authentic person that you can see. You know, I come here and I keep it real.
You do.
You know,
Thank you.
I'm going to
It's
speak
about
truth
the
to power.
people, right?
You know,
It's about the
people.
people.
Like, and right now, and I'll even give you some more truth. Right now, there's an ad out. The mayor of this town right here, Plainfield, he has an ad out. You know, with Bonnie Watson Coleman, endorsing him for his mayoral campaign back in 2021. And he's trying to like apply that to this ad now. So when you talk about like fake news and false advertising, that's literally like what's going on right now.
Okay, but right now we're gonna focus on you.
Yes,
okay, it's
please,
gonna be all
please.
about you and what everybody else is doing. We ain't got nothing to do with it. That's like the president. Look, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We're just gonna focus on what we could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff that we're not in control of.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
let's just do the stuff that we can control, and that's by us getting out and vote.
Getting out to vote, yeah,
June
absolutely.
2nd. Whatever.
So I want to make sure I understand what Kyle's saying. So Kyle, for this, just to be clear for our audience, for this primary, because the incumbent has decided to retire, this primary is going to be for both parties. So the people got to come out this Democratic to vote for the best Democrat and or a Republican, because the slate is empty because the incumbent is retiring. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, this district, New Jersey's 12th congressional district, is very Democratic. So whoever wins the Democratic primary will 95% be the next Congress man or woman of New Jersey's 12th congressional district. There's only one Republican that I know of who's running on the Republican side for the Republican primary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
got it.
Yes. And right now we have to vote Democrats in November.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
deal with what we're gonna deal with now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the primary. in
The
June.
primary, yeah.
And everybody, again, check your zip code, go online, and see when your primary elections are. But for New Jersey, it is June 2nd.
Yes, yeah, absolutely,
2026.
yes.
And Kyle, I have a question for you. We talk about Republicans, we talk about Democrats, then they have independents, and I'm asking somewhat naively, is voting for independent, is that throwing your vote away? Do we have any room for that?
That's a good question.
I wouldn't go that far to say it's throwing your vote away, because I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get not wanting to be affiliated with either party.
Yeah.
But I will say it does do you a disservice because you're not able to vote in the primaries. You have to be a registered Democrat to vote in the Democratic primary.
We need to know that.
Yeah.
We need to know that.
And you have to be a registered Republican to vote in a Republican primary.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and neither, like, I cannot vote because I'm a registered Democrat. I cannot vote in a Republican primary.
Okay.
And if you are a registered Republican, you cannot vote in a Democratic primary.
Okay.
You know,
So
and
the
then-
people who think they have some power by being independent actually don't get to start where the gates start at, because they don't get to have a voice to who could be the candidate from the initial.
Absolutely.
Good information, Kyle. Thank you for that, Terry, because that's, I think people need to hear it that directly.
No,
Let
we
me
do,
give
because
Terry
we
applause for
yeah,
that.
please. Because we want to be independent. Okay, we want to just stick our chests out and strut our stuff and say and be holier than thou.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to make alliances with people that maybe you're not so crazy about. But we need to make the Democratic Party strong, because we see what the Republicans are out to lunch. You know, they could care less. And when Donald Trump says, you know what, I don't care about the financial situation of the
said
American people, and he
Oh,
said
my
that.
goodness.
It came
He said
from his
that.
mouth.
Yes.
And he said that. And the thing that made me laugh is the fact that he is so. How can I say this nicely?
Well, we just
You can't say anything about
Kyle. Today is all about Kyle. Let's just keep that because we can go.
Terry,
around.
we're going to turn the channel back to
Yes,
Kyle.
Let's go back to
Go back to Kyle, you know.
All right, Kyle. Is there anything else that you didn't say the last time you were here, and maybe you was like, "Oh, I should have talked about that."
Well, we're in Plainfield, right?
Yes.
So, what a policy of mine is to build, and we talked about this, Michelle.
Yeah.
To build a Black Wall Street right here in Plainfield. Plainfield,
we
New
talk
Jersey.
about that. We
All right,
talk about it a
I
lot. We gotta
like
get
that.
some stuff done.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
it. I
But
like
now
it.
we get to talk about it on the podcast.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
on the podcast. Yes.
So,
We
so
need a
like,
Black Wall Street.
like a Black Wall Street right here in
That's
Plainfield.
what Kyle and I was saying.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
yeah.
and this is the prime time to do it because we do have a Democratic governor and a Democratic legislator, and I keep telling people, Mikey Sherrill would not be the governor right now if it were not for Black voters. If she
That's
would
true.
have
That's
depended
true.
on,
That's true,
you know, and I'm gonna give you the actual stats. If she would have depended on only white people in New Jersey, she would have lost the vote by 100,000 votes.
Whoa.
Right,
That's-
94% of
What?
Black New Jerseyans voted for Mikey Sherrill. 94%.
Whoa.
So when you talk about and mainly people of color too, because there was 82% of Asians and 68% of Hispanics who voted. So people of color in this state literally got her in.
Okay.
So when we're talking about, and this is another reason why I'm running, because as a Black man, as an openly homosexual man, you know, I represent two constituencies that always support the Democratic Party, and I felt like, and I could speak for the masses. We felt like the Democratic Party is not fighting enough for us.
Yeah.
What are they doing for Black voters, their most faithful base of people? You know, and now I know I'm now by no means am I saying that we should go vote Republican.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, by no
You
means.
heard what I
know
said
what
when we
you're saying.
started. I
Yeah.
said we got to vote Democrat.
Yeah, but I want to make that clear. You know,
Yeah.
because
We're all on the same page.
yeah. I just want to make that clear for the other people outside.
No,
You know what I mean?
especially in November, because you could probably talk more to it about the Senate and all that stuff. Like, we got to make sure we get in so we can be represented
Absolutely.
as a Democrat.
Absolutely, yeah. So when, so again, I guess back to the primaries, when because the Democrats are, you know, we're favored to win back the House in November.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
favored
yeah.
to win back the House, but we need to make sure that when we win back the House, we go in with a strong House, a House that's a Democratic majority that's actually going to provide for the people. You know, provide for the people that put them in.
Yes.
Because right now, we're feeling, even like on the Democratic side, you just see like a lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The only reason that people are enthusiastic about getting out there to vote is because they're voting against the Republicans at this point. But they're not voting for a Democratic Party that actually feels like have their best interests. You know, they're not just like, oh, I want to go vote for the Democrats.
But you know what? Let them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when we go back, we need to keep that majority in the House, and they keep that majority going for a long period of time.
Yeah.
People need to have faith in us as a Democratic Party. You know,
I think that's, you know, Kyle, you're speaking really truthful and some real talk, because I think you see, like, it's the propaganda and the psychological warfare that happened, and now everyone is probably feeling hopeless and complacent because there's a whole lot of fake news, a whole lot of craziness going on. I'm glad that you feel confident and you're giving me some enthusiasm that you could say confidently we're going to win the House back, because I'm very concerned about what happened with SCOTUS and in the southern states, what will happen with this quote unquote redistricting lines and things like that. So that will impact primaries and midterm elections.
Absolutely.
So I think you're right about that. We got to get some enthusiasm back and get the vote out. Like when everybody wanted to see that first Black president in the White House, we made it happen.
Absolutely.
So I think, you know, people got to feel like it's not over until it's over. Like, we still have life left in us, and we can make a difference with these midterm elections.
Absolutely.
That's a
And
good point.
even like in those states where there are, I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No, go.
Even in those states that are gerrymandered, it's still important to get out and vote. Because, I mean, if you just get out and vote and the majority of people vote Democrat, it doesn't matter all the redistricting that they do. You know, like, they can't stop people from voting a certain way.
That's true.
And that's a good point. That's what I wanted to point out. Now, Black people die for the right to vote.
Oh yeah.
And so if we could easily do it, why are we not doing it?
Yeah.
Like, we need to get out there and vote. I'm not saying that we're not. I am.
No,
But
I
hopefully
think a lot-
others
yeah,
are.
yeah.
And if you're not, it's not too late to you know, get your family together, get everybody in the house. I made sure everybody in my house was registered.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes everybody is working, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
doing, and they're kind of tunnel vision or whatever it is. But everybody needs to take a minute. Okay, if you hear the sound of my voice, make sure that everyone in your household at least is registered to vote. If you could just do that one thing, And don't be ashamed or, say, oh, well, it's not going to work or disappointed or whatever the reason why you're
whatever.
not registered. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Get registered now.
Yeah, but
Right? Would you guys agree?
Right,
Yeah, absolutely.
definitely. But I know, Carl, when you first started your campaign, you would go to specific groups. And you went to these specific groups and you had a message for each one of those groups. Are you still doing that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If I'm talking to Black Americans, obviously, I'm talking to a specific group. If I'm talking to college students, I'm talking to a specific group. If I'm talking to seniors, So I have messages, and that's what's good because I'm a pretty diverse person. I can talk to seniors because I'm blessed to have two 91. My grandfather's about to be 92 in July. Two 91-year-old grandparents. I could talk to young people because my sister just got engaged on Mother's Day, and she wants to have kids pretty soon. So and talking to college students, so there's a different message out there for everyone, but it's always going to be a message that I feel like, and hopefully they feel like, is in their best interest.
And to pick you.
Yeah, and that's why the pick me.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kyle Little.
Kyle Little for Congress.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Well, it makes sense to me, and that's why I was attracted to you and attracted to your campaign because you're very empathetic. And I see a lot of times in politics, I don't see the empathy.
Yeah, oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. So let me also give you guys, I guess, like an inside track.
Please,
Sure.
please.
Our audience want to know.
Yeah. So what I have learned from this whole process is it's all about money. It's all about, and it does not matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's all about money and how much. That's all they want to know. How much money did you raise? How much money did you raise? Now, remember, when I first came back here last time, I asked for campaign donations. I realized that campaigns are very expensive to run. Like, you have to have social media ads.
Are you saying that the SIT podcast won't owe you some donation money? We'll get you some.
Well, we got 2 weeks left, y'all. We got 2 weeks left. So
It's never too late.
Never too late.
I guess let me get back on track here.
Because I will definitely.
It's about the money, Kyle. They want to know how much money you have.
Yeah. So
What does coffers look like?
So I didn't know that it was a fundraising contest. It's literally a fundraising contest. So when we went to have the debate, I was excluded from the debate because I did not raise.
Oh no!
Yes.
God, we should have talked more about that before. You didn't know that either, though, right?
I didn't know until the
so we
debate.
learned something.
They sent us, all the candidates, they sent us an email. They said the only way you're qualified for this debate is if you have got I think it was like 5 county endorsements or something like that. Or district-wide endorsements, or you have raised $250,000.
Wow. Okay. Oh, so you got to pay to play.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not fair. So it goes to show. It just goes to show because 2 of my opponents ended up one of them put $180,000 into his own campaign, and another one put $110,000 into his own campaign. That automatically qualified them for the debate. So I'm like, how relatable is that to the average person? If any one of us wanted to run for Congress, we couldn't run unless we either had access to raise that much money or we had access to that kind of money to begin with. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I don't have over $100,000 just laying around to put into my own
But
campaign.
you know what? That's good to know for the young people coming up. That is part of it, unless you change it. But in the meantime,
but that's what
to get a lot of money behind you, a lot of fundraisers.
But that's what I don't think that's.
If you got to actually know that information.
Yeah, and which people don't know. Right. But I also feel like that's something that needs to change about the system.
Absolutely, because you already doing social economic disparity.
Absolutely,
because like Kyle was talking about, if you got the money laying around, you got to have the money ready to dump into the campaign.
Absolutely,
right? Or you have to have access to people who can make donations. That's going to get you to that tier, and that means that some of the qualified candidates who really have passion about the community and about to do justice probably can't even enter the debate. So then how do they get
Wow,
their
I wish
issues
you would have
heard.
known that, Kyle.
I wish I would have known that. I wish I would
That's
have known.
okay.
You know,
It's not too late. It's not too late.
But-
People can still vote for you.
oh
without-
yeah, I'm
without
on the
having
ballot.
money.
I'm on.
So
oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
guys, vote for Kyle Little. Okay, that vote is free. Voting is free.
Voting is free. Voting is free. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
But so yeah, like that's the I honestly want to say the gross part about politics.
Yeah.
You know, it's like unless you're in already. Like again, I'm going against right now. I'm going against 2 mayors, a county commissioner, and an assemblywoman. So those people are already in the political field, have already raised campaign money for their prior campaigns.
That's right, that's
They
right.
know all of the inside players to raise that type of money. Another 2 opponents have the money, so they're already wealthy enough to put that type of money into that campaign.
Right.
So my thing is, how relatable is that to the average person?
That's a good point.
What kind of message are we sending to our young people, like who don't have that kind of money? Those young people who want to make a change by entering the political system, it's like you can't do it, and we're gonna shut you out unless you have $250,000.
Wow, that's
Well,
not
well,
very-
Kyle, let me ask you this question.
America
Yeah.
need a lot of work.
They do.
A
But
lot.
now, okay, because you don't have that money initially, are you getting like media coverage, TV, radio? Are you getting any of that at all?
Well, now I am. Now I am. Like I just got put up more on some article news outlets today.
Okay.
So there was an article that came out on Pix 11 today.
Oh, good.
Trenton, which is also in our district.
Okay.
There was an article that came out today. So right now I am, but you know that's basically because I just hired a good publicist who's
You
getting me
gotta
some.
spend more money.
Yeah, I had to spend more
of
money,
course,
yeah.
Well, what about Channel 12 News?
Hopefully they'll be hitting me up soon.
Okay.
I hope so. Hopefully
Okay.
they'll be reaching out to me in the next few days.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay, I have an email for you too.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
what kind of questions were they asking you in these TV interviews?
Oh, I didn't have any
You haven't
interviews.
yet?
These were just articles.
Oh, articles.
Yeah,
okay.
these were just articles that came out
What was
today.
the nice things that they said about you?
Well, just about my campaign, how I'm launching a grassroots campaign that's focused on economic growth, you know, helping small businesses, fighting for justice and equality, fighting for women's reproductive rights, and fighting for all of the positive things that I'm fighting for.
Okay.
And
Well,
just
I'm very proud of you.
thank you. You know, and my campaign is very grassroots. You know, I'm not getting any of these corporations funding my campaign.
Okay.
And all of my donations and everything comes from the average person.
Yes,
you know, so I think my biggest donation from one person was $1,000.
Okay.
If somebody wanted to donate to your campaign, how could they do that?
So they could go to my website, right? You know, www.KyleLittleForCongress.com.
KYLELITTLE for Congress.com.
Yep.
FORCONGRESS.com.
Yeah, I missed it. Did you spell my last name too?
I think so. I
say
can say it
KYLE?
again. This is the whole .com. Your name,
Yep.
Run for Congress. Okay. So if you are hearing my voice once again, please donate to Kyle Little campaign at KyleLittleForCongress.com. KYLELITTLEFORCONGRESS.com.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And let me tell you another reason that remember we talked about the Black Wall Street?
Yes.
I just shot an ad for that.
Oh, wow.
Right? So in order for that, and I want that ad to blast all across Plainfield, right?
Wow.
So
Okay.
if we could get these small dollar donations in
Okay.
and get, you know, and raise another $2,000 over the next few days, I can get that ad blasted all over Plainfield.
Oh, that's
you know,
awesome.
and
That's good.
and
That's very good.
you know,
That's
so
good.
and that's something I
Do you
really
have Cash App and Zelle too? Or is it all on the website?
I do, but you know, we got to keep this FEC compliant.
Oh, I'm
So-
sorry. Okay, we got to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So please
We're not getting any
website.
trouble here.
No, we're going to do it the right way. Okay, so everybody
We'll
go
talk
to
about
the
that on the
website.
side because I am a little broke. You know what I'm saying? Like I could take some personal donations too.
No, I got you. Okay, so yeah, we want to be ethical because
Yes,
you are
yeah.
very ethical.
Yes,
and I love
absolutely.
that about you.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I love your character, and I can vouch for that. And I'm really, like I said again, I'm very proud of you. So you keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
thank
going.
you, thank
It's
you.
not over to June 2nd.
To June 2nd. Yeah. And
No,
it's
you
still,
gotta be the
oh wait,
winner.
but let's not get it twisted now. It's never over.
Right,
I'm still
right.
gonna be in it.
Okay.
I'm still gonna be in it, and I already said if I don't win this time, I'm running again. Congressional races come up every 2 years.
Yeah.
So
But
you know.
you're going to win this time.
Oh, we're gonna win this time. I was out here door knocking today. Today was like the hottest day of the year.
I know. It's so
And you
hot.
out there.
I was
you
out there.
Yes, the last few days it's been so hot.
Oh
You've
my
been out
God,
there
yes.
knocking.
And the people were telling me, they were like, "You picked the worst day." I'm like, "Listen,
It's coming up.
I'm about to win." So
Hey, look, you got to be in it to win it. Okay,
gotta be in it to win it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I
that's the
love
thing.
your compassion and your dedication, and you have the heart for it.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I could use some help, people. Like if you can't donate, you can always come door knock with me. You can door knock with me. I'm gonna be right here in Plainfield. I'll be in North Plainfield. I'll be all over this district. So.
Good.
That's
Tasha,
beautiful.
can you give him some advice, like to deal with this on a psychological level? Because this is a lot that you have to deal with.
It is.
Like
Yeah,
maybe
well,
some-
Kyle, I've met Kyle. He was on the show last September. He got a genuine good spirit. I love the fact that, he is progressive, and what he's talking about is, even if I don't have win, he has a contingency plan. And that's what we want to hear from a candidate, right? Because when you're in it, you do make a difference. Sometimes you may not have the money to win the campaign, because sometimes people pay for their votes,
Right.
but that don't mean you need to be quiet, because we still need you on the floor knocking those people down, because sometimes they take their constituents for granted. So Kyle seemed like he's the right ideal. If he can kind of bottle that up in a bottle and sell that,
right.
he makes collect his
That's right.
money.
That's
right.
Because it's really important, because it's never over till it's over. We're going to talk about history, and throughout the show this season, Kyle, we've been talking about breaking the chains, and a lot of historical documents that we've been discussing, and our ancestors did not give up. No, it was not an option for them,
Absolutely.
right? Which is why it's much more important now to uphold everything they fought and died for, because there's certain people out there that's trying to rip all of that apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
we can't give up. We still got to have that mentality. And I feel like, when you down, and many times that's when you don't have nothing to lose, right? You can only go up. So you got to put it all out on the table. And, when Kyle talked about being relatable to people want to relate to that as well. That is a relatable personality trait.
Let me tell you, you talk about relatable. I drove my dad's 1998 Honda over here. Okay, so
That's relatable.
and that's because my car is currently has a short in it, and it's at my grandfather's house right now. So I'm like, all the things that everybody's going through, don't think that I'm one of these polished politicians that don't go through anything.
Right.
Like this past year has been a lot. I've had great times, and I have had some times where I just felt like, oh my God. So.
But it's almost over.
It's almost over, yep.
And just hang in there.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
I
want to tell
will.
you.
I will.
Because I know you got that good spirit, and I want you to keep that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, just to talk about your platform. Now, what is your message to seniors? What are you going to do for seniors?
Well, for seniors, first off, protect their Social Security and Medicare. Seniors need. Everybody needs. I'll go even further. This is for everybody. Universal health care, because everybody should be afforded the right to health care, right? Quality health care, regardless of your age, your race, gender, whatever. Every citizen living in this country needs the right and access to health care. But Social Security, people need to retire. People don't need to be working all their life, and people need to. You paid into the system. You need to be able to get your proper benefits.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things about Social Security is at one time they were talking about adjusting the standard of living and making adjustments for that. I haven't heard that discussion in a long time.
Years.
Yeah.
And again, as a senior personally, okay, Social Security, I mean, that's my main income.
Yeah.
And so whatever else I get, I have a teacher's pension, and then I do other things as well.
Thank God for a pension.
But the point that I'm making is that not everybody has that. See,
Yeah.
a lot of seniors, all they have is Social Security.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And that's why it has to be protected. We have these people trying to make cuts to Social Security now and just give tax cuts to the business. Excuse me.
It's wealthy.
Billionaires, the wealthy
I hope
people.
you do something about that, Kyle, because they need to stop
They're
with this.
getting
taxes.
welfare.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
They're getting the welfare. They're getting all
Absolutely.
the tax cuts.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
rich
absolutely.
people.
Let me break something down.
All right. Break it down. Please do.
Educate us, brother.
Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk. Now, there's 760,000 constituents in New Jersey's 12th congressional district. It's around that same amount now in every congressional district, but I'm running for New Jersey's 12th congressional district, right? So I just got to speak on that.
Yeah.
760,000 constituents. If Elon Musk's net worth right now is worth $800 billion.
Ooh, that's crazy.
If he were to give every single constituent living in our congressional district, and this probably applies for most of the congressional districts across the country, $500,000, he would still have over $400 billion to his name. He is one person.
That's crazy, yes.
He is one person. So when you talk about taxing the rich, you know, we see who's getting all the major tax cuts. We see it right in front of our eyes.
That's true. They
You know?
definitely need to change that.
Yeah, so that and because whenever, you know, like us progressives, we spit our policies out there, people are like, well, how are you going to pay for that? Number one, we're going to tax the rich.
It's there. It's
We're
there.
going to tax the rich.
The money is there.
The money is there. And number two, we're going to stop bombing other countries senselessly. Because Donald Trump has bombed Iran twice, both times without congressional approval.
Yes, yeah.
You know, so, and now we see the prices of gas almost at $5 a gallon
crazy, yeah.
here in the state of New Jersey. I can only imagine what it is in California.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
Yeah, so we there's just a lot of things that we need to fight for, and it's going to take time. You know, like nothing is going to happen overnight. This is it's already been so much damage done that it's going to take time.
Right.
It's going to take time.
And
But
this is why we're here, and I believe that's why we have the president that we have to reveal what's going on.
yes,
You know,
yes.
so everybody could be what they say woke.
Woke,
You know,
yeah,
because
woke, yeah.
unfortunately, once Obama became president, I think we kind of like, oh, we arrived, you know. And you never arrive. You always have to do the work when it comes
Absolutely.
to politics.
Absolutely.
And I think we kind of was just like, oh, you know, it's over.
Yeah,
And I think-
things have changed.
Yeah,
Nothing's changed,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
But it was,
yeah.
thank God, we did have him as a president. Amazing, and he showed good character and what that looks like
Yeah.
to be an amazing, awesome president. So let's shout out to the Obamas. Let me give them.
I would like to spin it back to the Social Security discussion, given that yesterday the S.I.T podcast did the financial wealth building seminar and expose for the community of New Jersey and everyone else who came out. And you talking about Black Wall Street, you know, I'm a little off the charts when I'm not being a therapist. I'm speaking from this is Natasha McCartney's personal view.
Yes.
You think about Social Security, because I'm also self-employed. So I get taxed beyond tax. Most people job paid 33% for them to go into Social Security and Medicaid, and then you pay 33% average, give or take out of your paycheck. So I got to pay the whole 66% for myself, right? Going into med. So 66% of my self-employed income goes back to the government for Social Security and Medicare. And guess what? Because I'm self-employed and I know Social Security is not going to help me live the lifestyle I want when I retire. First of all, I think I got to wait till I'm 70 to be honest.
I was going to say, I think they pushed the age, right?
Yes, they did. I think my age. So when I think about, I have to make investments. I have to build my own pension, Terry. And this is how my thoughts started to roll. When I think about giving
good thinking.
Right, but when I think about giving the government 66%, 60% of that money, if I could take that money and not pay those taxes and put that into my other investments, then I could retire a lot more early, but I'm giving them my money to hold for me, and they talking about I may not even get it. This is crazy. I just thought I would put that out so people can have an awareness of why we need to protect it, because it is our money, and there's a lot of money we pay into that if we could invest that in other things, we actually can have generational wealth.
Yeah.
I have a question
Right
for
now,
you,
at least
Tasha.
75% of my income, I can't live. I can only maybe give 25% more to my private investments. So 75-80% of my income is going to take care of me when I get old.
I got a question, Tasha. So are you trying to pay for this ballroom with that money?
Let me tell you.
Like, why are we doing that?
That ballroom that you will never be invited to.
This is what I'm saying.
America really needs to sit down and figure this out. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we using our money to pay for something like that? Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah,
I don't
I
get
think America is figuring it out.
America's
You
On
know,
the cusp
you
of
know,
it, yeah.
like we all know the phrase FAFO, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's what America did.
Figure it
Yeah.
out for yourself.
Yeah.
I can't say the acronym
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
But
think
find
the
out.
people who
Yeah,
know
yeah,
know it.
You,
Yes,
you,
yes.
you had to find out.
If you
You had
know,
to
you
find
know.
out.
If you know, you
stage.
know. Okay, let's just leave that alone.
But
Okay,
let's just say
all right,
like
so let's
America
just leave it.
is finding out right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why we've had so much change since the last election since Trump has gotten elected. You know, Democrats have been winning in every special election.
Yes, I've seen that.
And
So
if you
happy.
even look at like here in the state of New Jersey, when everybody was nervous because Kamala Harris had only won like the state of New Jersey by 5.6%. And it was because a lot of people just didn't come out and vote. But then you see what sherrill with Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill blew Jack Ciattarelli out the water.
That's right.
You know, because Democrats, you know, we're more enthusiastic now about getting out there and voting. And independents are now shifting to the Democrat side, you know.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why I think the gerrymandering is going to backfire on them.
Oh, it has already.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen. Because they thought that was a sure shot if they did that. Now realizing that people are watching, and you look at the No Kings rallies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
Yes, a lot of
I just
Kings
wish there
rallies.
was some way to focus that and to monetize that, because that could be money for what we really need. I mean, I like people coming out and all that type of stuff, but it got to be more of a strategy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those No Kings rallies, man. I went to the last No Kings day. I went to 3 in one day. I went to Princeton.
Wow.
Then I went to North Plainfield.
Okay.
And then I went to Middlesex. I was like, yeah, I'm getting around. Me and my dog, we were
All
driving
over
in
the
that
place, all over the
1998 Honda.
I love that they're doing the No Kings rally.
Yeah,
really
yeah. I mean,
do.
we
love
need it
that,
because
we all
there's-
need to come together.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
is there something tangible in that, Kyle? I mean, is it just us getting this frustration out? Is there a focus? Is there a strategy for that?
I mean, I think so. Protests have always been a thing, right? And they've always
look
worked
at
in the
our history,
past.
yeah.
You know, we talk about the March on Washington,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have gotten the Civil Rights Act,
That's
you know,
right. You're
and
right.
the
That's
Voting
right.
Rights
That's
Act
right.
passed. So if it wasn't for like those protests that our ancestors did,
That's a good point.
you know,
Good point.
and I don't know if a lot of people know, but one inspiration of mine is Bayard Rustin. Do any of you know who Bayard Rustin is?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bayard Rustin was actually an advisor to Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh, is that the one they did the movie about?
Yeah,
Yes, they did a
Okay,
movie
I
on
did
him.
know
Yeah.
The
that.
gay
Okay.
activist,
Yeah,
they
I
sort
watched
of
the movie.
pushed to
And
the
I love
side.
that actor too. He
Yeah.
plays it really
Oh yeah,
good.
played the role very
Yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, like
He played
that's
in
one-
Michael Jackson too. Sorry, side
Oh,
note.
yeah,
Okay,
he did. He did.
Let's
Yeah.
get it going.
But yeah, you know, like it was an openly gay black man
That's right.
who literally orchestrated that whole march on Washington.
Yes.
But imagine being black and gay back in the 60s. You know, that is why, and not this takes nothing away from Dr. Martin Luther King, but you know, but it's part of history that they didn't want taught as well.
That's right.
You know, because some of the biggest influencers or influential people in history were queer black people.
That's right. That's right.
You know, and that's why like people like that inspire me because I'm like, how can I sit back now
Yeah.
when I've had a
That's
role
right,
model
that's
like
right.
that?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
that's in it for the fight, for the fight of all of our people.
Right,
You know,
right.
I love that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think what happens too on the psychological level, Terry, with the protests is that first of all, when you get out there and you commit to it, you have your passion, and then you get out there, you see people like Kyle with their dogs, you see people who don't look like you or different, and you're all coming together for one cause. Unfortunately, we do move with our feelings, and it make you feel good, and make you feel like you're a part of a community. And
Absolutely.
in that community, then you go back and spread the word. So like Kyle said, when we look at history, protest has always been part of the history, and protest is what moved things going, whether it's a silent protest or not, or you're out there on the street marching. I think it helps people to understand that we're not shutting down, and we're going to rile other people up, and we're going to have a voice.
Yeah,
That's
and
beautiful.
could I add on to that?
Yes,
Like
please,
a protest
please
that we
do.
just seen because she just said a silent protest. Remember what happened with Jimmy Kimmel? Remember
Yeah.
Jimmy
yeah.
Kimmel?
That was
That's
horrible.
that's people
that's powerful.
protested with their pocketbooks,
That's
with
right.
their wallets.
Right,
Yeah,
Disney
because-
had to make a phone
Disney-
call.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, they fired him and hired him within a week. He got his job back within a week because people weren't having it. And that's a form of silent protest.
That's right.
So
That's
when you talk about protests and ask if they work, they do. And we just had an example of that within the last year.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, look at Target. Target will never be the same again.
Never. I did a good job. I had to break it. I did have to break it, but I've only been to Target. I have to admit, I've only been to Target twice in like the whole past year and a half. So I think I did pretty good because I was.
I think Terry words is right. It still won't be the same.
Yeah.
Because my house is going to be no Target, but I catch my daughter sneaking in there every once in a while.
Oh,
Like,
please,
why
my
nobody
kids
else
have
has
a whole
it?
dance when they go in Target. I'm like, are y'all still?
No, I mean, but it does make a difference because I mean, look at those. What was it? What was that company? Was it Tesla? What?
Oh, Tesla. Oh,
I mean, that's like going by the way. That's you don't hear those electric cars and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
That's why they got the gas prices up so you can buy electric cars.
they were burning up the Teslas. They were lighting them on fire.
I know.
yeah,
I
but
know.
like you were saying, Kyle. I mean, we do have power. Okay, we do have power in our vote.
Yes.
We have power in our protest.
Yes.
We have power in just putting our bodies on the line. I mean, that's how we got to vote.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we should be martyrs, but I'm saying that, like my sister said here, man, people died for the right for us to vote. And again, they say if it wasn't important, they wouldn't be fighting so hard to get us not to vote.
Yeah.
So it must be something in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they wouldn't try so hard not to get you to vote. And as black people, like, we've always experienced this, right?
Yes.
There was a group called the Red Shirts back in the day who went because black people started becoming governors in states
Yes,
like Louisiana,
yes,
and senators.
Yes.
And white folks were like, oh, we can't have these.
we can't.
We can't have these people running stuff,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like there was a group called the Red Shirts that would literally stand outside of polling stations and beat and attack and kill
no, yeah.
black people on their way to go vote.
Yes,
So
yeah.
now we have that. It's just not as over. They cover it up a little more by doing things like gerrymandering and redrawing congressional maps.
Yeah,
to,
they just trying
to try to
cheat.
disenfranchise.
But question for you, Kyle: how do we get other young people like yourself involved? Like
That's a good question.
to
That's a good
be
question.
the mayor, to be the councilman, to be the congressman. How do we?
You
the
have to
president,
talk to young people,
Okay.
and explain to them how politics affects you. Because you hear a lot of times people say, "Well, I don't talk about politics," or "I don't do politics."
I said that.
Yeah.
earlier.
I don't care
That's
about
how we
politics.
started this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell people like, okay, you don't care about politics, but that doesn't mean that politics doesn't care about you.
That's right.
Because when you
That's
drive in and you hit a pothole,
There go your politics.
and that's your local officials.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
You
right.
need to be
Yeah.
calling your mayors for that to come fix these roads.
That's right.
In cities like
And
Plainfield.
then you talk about like in the community, in certain communities, they got speed cameras,
That's
and in
right.
other
That's
communities
right.
they don't. They're collecting
Yeah.
tickets off of speed cameras and claiming people running red lights. You got to
That's
talk to
right.
your
That's
local
right.
politicians
Yeah,
about that.
That's
And
true.
those are in certain. I live in Harlem, but I also experienced it coming. I actually experienced it coming to. When I came in studio a couple of weeks ago, because I had the GPS on, and I think my husband used Waze. So Waze will tell you when the speed camera is coming up. So I love Waze. So slow down
They tell
because it does
the
tell
police.
you.
Hey,
And-
tell it.
yeah, and even when I was in New Jersey, here I'm in Plainfield, coming around. I think it took us to what's the county next to you guys? It started with an L, I think. It
Either
took us through-
Somerset or Middlesex.
No, maybe not the county, the city or the town.
Next to Plainfield?
Yeah, it's a little
Denellen?
firehouse.
Denellen?
No. Oh Lord, what town? Union? Is it Union?
Maybe.
No, Union is Plainfield is in Union County, but it's not right next to
Right.
Union.
Next to I don't know. It took us through another space
Around
before we got
the
to
field.
Plainfield.
Yeah, around
Yeah, because I
Holmberg
went
Bush,
around
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and the amount of times Waze told me, it was a speed camera, I said, "Oh, I know who live in this neighborhood. I don't even see the people come outside their house because that's how it is in Harlem. Every 3-4 blocks in Harlem, you got speed cameras. So I be writing to the politicians, but I'm only one person. But I think that's how you relate and connect with young people because they're out there driving, they're getting those tickets and not really understanding that we don't have to deal with that. That does not have to be there. That's a political fight that we can fight.
Absolutely.
I think New York did a good job because somehow we did fight to get. They was giving us a congressional, not congressional, congestion pricing. Y'all must have heard about that in New Jersey. That big fight over congestion pricing in New York, and then they passed it, and then we kept fighting and fighting, and now it's on pause. They wanted to charge you to go below a certain street, a whole toll.
But I wanted to point out something, Tasha. You said you're only one, but that is important. Even one person.
Oh no, I know. I'll be writing my letter.
Right. So I mean,
it don't stop me.
Power in numbers, right?
Absolutely.
We know it's power in numbers, but also individually.
That's right. Yeah.
We all have
the
power.
ones add up.
The country was built on power of the people.
That's right. That's right.
So the people really matter, and I think sometimes we forget that.
Yeah.
So I think this.
And
is a good time
I would like to just say a small story too, just because this is a real personal story.
Yes.
I'm a social worker in New York, a native New York of Harlem. My husband worked for NYPD, and so he protected the city of New York for 20 years. So early in his career, we put in a lottery to get a condo, and they really tried to steal the condo away from us. We had documents. I could have sued New York City and New York State. We had documents that we were approved for the condo, and that once the condo was ready, they would call us. By the grace of God, his friend had gotten called, and he asked when we were moving in because we were doing the process together. When we went back to the management company, they said they didn't have our papers. Now, me and my husband, we look young now, but we really look young back then. Right? We had 2 kids, and I said, "Oh, they don't know who they messing with." My husband was so upset. I couldn't even be upset. I probably the first time I saw a grown man cry because he wanted to take his family and we get a piece of property. We was ready to go. We was packed up, ready to go. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this is a true story. I still have the letters. I said, "Oh no, I'm gonna be writing me a letter." I said, "Get the locals," because I said the locals must be in on it to allow this to happen.
Right.
So I'm not gonna name who was local. I'm talking about city council, the mayor. I went past them. You know who I wrote? I wrote Hillary Clinton and Charles Schumer. This is back.
All right. Yeah.
They were the New York. Both of them was the New York State senators.
Yeah.
Do you know that I got personal letters back from them?
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yeah, they
within
listen.
a week,
They listen.
Within a week, because I named them
wow.
all out, and I CC'd to HUD and HPD. Within a week, they were calling me for another condo in Manhattan. It wasn't for the first one because they had already given our apartment away to somebody, but within a week. So I'm telling you, it's power in writing. Both of them wrote back to me personally, and they talked to each other because I think Charles' office took on it. Maybe he had more personnel, and Hillary wrote me back and said, "I understand you wrote both Charles and I. From what I understand, Charles' office is taking lead on this, and if you have any problems, you can write me back or call me." And I still have those letters.
I'm glad that worked out in the end, but that's so sad because that happens with Trump's parents. Remember, they weren't written to people. I know you were purchasing, but stuff about how we get discriminated against, and you are
and the gentrification happens because people would give up. My husband was too busy. God bless his soul, but he was too busy crying. I was like, "Oh no, let me get the right." And I'll cry later.
So I guess the message is don't give up.
Don't give up.
No, absolutely not. And that's what Kyle is talking about.
And
I think I wanted to lean into the messages that there's the people who you vote in who really do care about you will answer too. Someone like Kyle, his office is not going to ignore your letter. So that's really why I told the story. Not to give up, but that people do care about you when you vote them in office. I'll never forget
I wrote
that.
a letter to President Obama thanking him for his years, and he wrote me a letter back.
Oh, he did?
See?
I got it in the frame.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So our voice matters. We all know that.
That's
know,
right.
So we got to get
vote.
busy.
Vote
on June 2nd. I have nothing else to say. Terry, you want to say something before we close up?
I just want to thank Kyle a little for sticking in there.
Yes, thank you for
being
having
strong, being positive, and brother, I got your back.
I appreciate it.
Wow.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Terry. And thank you. It's always a pleasure having you on.
It's
with
always a
us.
pleasure being here with
Yes,
you and
yes,
Tasha.
yes,
Come on
yes.
now.
Natasha,
Hey.
you have anything else you want to add? Then we'll give Kyle a
Yes.
last word.
Yes, I want to thank Kyle for coming back and educating us and giving us inspiration and talking to us about real numbers. Giving us the secrets from behind the scene,
Yes,
because I think
he
it does
did.
make
He
a
did it.
difference.
Yes.
When people,
Yes.
no, really, because
Think
when
about
people
our
have
team.
knowledge, then they can
And
do
knowledge
better
is
with
power,
that
right?
knowledge.
Yes,
So
knowledge
thank you,
is
Kyle,
power.
for that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Kyle. And Kyle is very authentic, and he'll tell it like a TI is. Right,
Yes,
Kyle?
yes.
One last word from you, and again, thank you from the SIT Podcast
Thank you, brother.
One
Of course.
for being a friend to the podcast, and we got a lot of work to do, Kyle.
Yes, we got a lot of work to do.
Lot of work to do.
But yes, and this is not even just for New Jersey's 12th district. Everybody in New Jersey, we have an election coming up, and we need everybody to get out there and vote. If you don't know who your current congressman or is, look it up. Make sure that, and these are the primaries, so make sure that even though they're a Democrat, or we're talking about Democrats right here.
Yeah, we just gonna
we just
go-
talking
we
about.
just gonna
I'm
go
not even
Democrats.
talking
Yeah,
to
we just
Republicans
gonna
right
talk
now,
about
the-
but we're gonna talk about the Democrats. Just because they are a Democrat that is currently in office does not mean that they are that Democrat that needs to stay in office.
Thank
I
you.
love
Wow, that's a good one, too.
So right now, I'm gonna just say it. I don't even care. I'm gonna just say it.
All right, Kyle,
Go
what did I
for it.
tell
I'm gonna
you?
just say it right now. Right now, and I don't even care if people are mad at me. But we have, I believe, actually in your district, Michelle. So this is
Oh, God, you about to blow up my spot. Go
yes.
ahead.
Frank Pallone is your current
yes, he's
congressman.
been forever.
Yes.
So you say it's time for somebody new.
Yes, it is.
Got it.
So
I noted. Look, I noted on my.
and
look, I
I
got
do
my
not
ballot
care
right here.
if Frank
I got my
Pallone
ballot
is
right
mad
here.
at me. I don't care
I got my
because
ballot.
at the
No,
end,
sometimes you do need a change.
You
It'd be
do,
like
you do.
these
You
Supreme Courts. Like they shouldn't be so long. We got to work on changing
yes,
that too.
and
'Cause
that's-
sometimes you need to change. They're getting older.
Yeah,
You don't wanna
yes.
go relax
They're-
on a
they're-
boat or
they're-
something.
they're irrelevant right
and
now.
that's why I have
Yeah,
endorsed.
sometimes you do need a change.
Yeah,
I get
and
it.
I've
So
endorsed
it's
term
noted.
limits.
It's
Yeah,
noted.
you know,
Well,
so,
thank you, Kyle.
yeah.
Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you gave
Thank
us a
you,
lot of
brother.
good
Thank
information.
you so much.
You're so positive. Keep going, and you hopefully win in June 2nd.
Thank you so
Was
much.
there anything else? Anybody?
No, thank you,
All
Kyle.
right, Kyle.
Thank
Play
y'all.
the music. Sabrina says thank you too.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Now I was supposed to play the music on that note. Here we go.
When the rhythm hits that groove, bet your body joining too. Take your seat, clap your hands, take your seat, stomp your feet, feel that sound from head to ground.
Rock it out.
Let it move you when it